Bow, 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 bow. 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 Make sure I got this shit right. What up? What up? What he up? What he up? What he on? What he on? What they on? Ooh. Ooh. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Yes, sir. What up? Cooking last night? Yeah, I ended up having to take it down because I streamed that debate. So I ended up having to take it down. Uh, but I'm gonna probably cut out the beginning part as far as the formula and repost it in the form of a video. But yeah, I had to take it down because I streamed that debate at the end. What's good though? Uh, what's going on? All is well. Looking forward to the show as always. Yeah, I just wanted to cook up real quick. Um, talk about business plans. I got a guy who's in my there's a guy in my DM who keeps asking me why does he need a business plan? He really doesn't have a clue on why he needs a business plan. Like he thinks he has to give it to somebody, and it's like I really don't know what to tell this guy. You know, you gotta get you some keto bread. This bread is not heavy, zero carbs, zero carbs, keto bread. Just toast it. I'm telling you. But yeah, anyway, so this guy he keep asking me about this business plan, why he needs a business plan, this, that, and the third. Listen, check this out, because I'm not gonna be on here long. I'm gonna make me some breakfast real quick, and I got some things I gotta do. I got some moves to make. And I don't even know how to say this, man, because I'm starting to think that I already know not everybody's cut out to be a business owner, but when people ask questions like why they need a business plan, you can't say, well, man, Mark, you being too hard and this, that, and third. If a person ain't never ran a business, then certain questions I feel like are are how do you answer this without I want to be nice about it. I feel like certain things you should just know. Certain questions you just should have that. Certain questions should answer themselves. Why do I need a business plan? Who am I? What do you mean? Why do you need a business plan? Like I didn't even respond. I haven't been responding because if I respond, it's going to be a very uh, smug answer. It's going to be a smug answer because I think the question answers itself. If you starting a business, why do you need a business plan? Who am I giving it to? You're not giving it to nobody. If you starting to listen, business plan. Well, man, Mark, if you don't ask, you don't know. Man, that's not a question that you should ask somebody. You should know it. How do you set up? Listen, how do you? I don't even know how to talk about this because it don't even make sense. How do you? How do you? How do you go about starting anything, but specifically a business? How do you go about the whole process without a plan? I don't. I don't get it. So when someone is really mind boggled on why they need a business plan, this is a conversation where I would just say, you know what, don't even waste your time. Don't even waste your time. You know why? Because if that can't if you can't comprehend why you need a business plan, then when you get in the thick of it and you actually go out and you follow those steps from your favorite content creator when they be pointing and the shit be flying down, and then you get into the thick of it, you ain't gonna understand a lot of shit. You damn sure ain't gonna be able to understand load boards. You're not gonna understand cost per mile. You're not gonna understand operational costs. You're not gonna be able to, determine radiuses. You're not gonna be able to determine uh, 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 the verbiage and the no negotiation verbiage between you and the broker or between you and let's say the 3PL operations supervisor. um, you're just not going to get it. You're just not going to get it. Like, and I'm not saying this to be harsh or cruel or mean, but we got to read more, man. We got to read more. We got to educate ourselves. This is why only 10% make it and 90% fail. If you come in and you ain't even in and certain things ain't resonating with you, it's just not gonna work. Like certain things you just gotta pick up. Certain things is common sense. Business plan. Like there's no way I'm gonna start anything without planning it. So when this individual, and he's probably watching, this is why I'm doing it publicly because I take certain things from individuals. From what I learned is that it's just not one person that's struggling with it. So it's best to take certain things that may one person may be struggling with it and speak on it publicly. So then that way the other people who are silent or are mute or who may have those same questions can get the answer. If you can't comprehend why you need a business plan and you starting a business, then I don't know what to tell you. I can't even answer that for you. You're not giving it to. Then he said, "Who am I giving it to? Why do I need one? And who am I giving it? You're not giving it to nobody. Don't you want to know how you gonna market your business? Don't you want a financial plan? Don't you need to understand the competition? Don't you need a mission statement? Don't you need a SWOT analysis? Do you know what a SWOT analysis is? And this is what I'm saying. If you don't know these things because you haven't educated these things and you going into You're going into business. How do you expect to succeed and win? Not only how do you expect to succeed and win for yourself, how do you expect to compete? People need to start telling these people, yo, listen, it ain't for you. It's not for you. That's the problem. It's so many people telling people to do these things that's not in the best interest for them, and then they go out and do it, and then they set themselves back. If you come into another person and you looking to start a business and you asking that individual, why do I need a business plan? And you're starting a business, I have no, I don't even, really, it's nothing we can talk about. And then it goes back to what I said the other day. I see why so many people get taken advantage of. I see why. Before I didn't understand it, but I see why so many people get taken advantage of. Well, Mark, everybody ain't bright. Too bad. Make yourself bright. Make yourself educated. Pick up you a book and read. Read you a book. Read you another book. Then read another book. Keep yourself abreast on what's going on out here in the world. Let's get rid of Romero. Check this out. Before you get rid of Romero, Romero says, bruh, shave your head. It's 11:30 on a Friday. I'm at home about to make me a lunch, right? After this, I got a few errands to run. I'm going to hit the gym and then I'm going to come back. And then I'm going to probably go to a nice dinner later on tonight. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to go to bed. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing every single day. See, my head is the way my head is because I don't have to report to anyone. I don't have to straighten up my look. All right. I don't have to, do the things that you may need to do. I hear what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But check this out. My hair is very, very long. I've been growing my hair for a long time. I don't have to shave my head. Who am I shaving it for? Who am I shaving it for? I think I do got a clean look. I give a lot of compliments. Who am I shaving it for? The ladies, bro. That's what, you know what? Check it out. And I don't really even talk about my chick. I rarely talk about it. I rarely even mention her. Trust me. Trust me. She's bad. Bad. And I'm not saying it because she's my chick. She's bad for real. All right. Second of all, I'm not worried about the ladies, right? And that's what a lot of cats' problems is. They worry about women. And see, this is a great example. See what I'm saying? This is a great example. He's telling me what I need to do for a woman. And this is why there's a lot of people out here fucked up because they doing everything except what's in the best interest for them. This is a great example. This dude, I'm sitting up here talking about business plan. He's telling me I need to shave my head for some ladies. These are the individuals that wake up in the morning that go do things for shit that's going to cost them money. I'm making money while I'm sitting here talking to you right now, and not from YouTube. This is not where the money comes from. You think I wake up in the morning and worry about doing something for some ladies? I'm sitting up here talking about a business plan, and you talking about my hair for the ladies? This now see I wasn't even cooking for 10 whole minutes yet, and now you see. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. My point exactly. This is exactly what the issue is. First, people can't tell me why they need a business plan, but they can tell me the newest tequila out. They could tell me the difference between Reposado and Neo and Blanco. They could tell me about the sequence of the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, who dropped the song first, what the song was about, then who responded and what that was about, and this, that. But if I ask them what was the context of the presidential debate last night, you wouldn't have a clue. You didn't watch the presidential debate, but you could probably tell me the whole Kendrick Lamar Drake sequence of events. Because that makes for good conversation with what's on your mind. See, what's on my mind is bread. I wake up and I think about bread. That's the first thing that's listen, I'm thinking about bread, right? While I'm talking to you, I'm thinking about bread. The title is why a business plan is important. And you just 10 minutes into the stream, you just proved my point. I could really end the live right now. This is why so many people fail. If you come in and you don't have a plan, how do you expect to succeed? Listen, y'all already know I have no patience for Googleable stuff. No patience whatsoever. No patience whatsoever. Like it's not 1998. In 1998, certain things I would let fly. I can't let certain things fly in the age of technology in 2024, and Google has been around since the mid to late 90s and has been acquiring information for all these years, and you can pretty much Google anything now and get an answer. Watch this. Hey Siri, why do I need a business plan?
I don't have an answer for that.
Okay.
Is there something else I can help with?
Hey Siri, is a business plan important?
Here's what I found from encyclopedia.com. A business plan helps keep the business on track with the straightforward rules, goals, and parameters of the plan written down. A business has more focus. For more,
Why
say,
why
open
why
up some
waste my
dialogue.
time and waste your time when you can go to Google, you can go to Siri. I'm pretty sure you got HomePods. Listen, I got HomePods all through this place. I got HomePods and I got Google. You could just holler out. You got a phone. Just say, hey, Siri, or hey, this person, Alexa, whatever, and ask. These things are Googleable. Why waste your time and waste my time coming asking me some shit like that? And then you wonder why people take advantage of you. And then you go pay money for all that shit, and you be like, man, I could have found this. Why you didn't go find it on Google in the first place? If you got a question for me, come to me with some very, very intermediate or advanced questions. Or else I'm going to have to make you a case study. A part of your business plan is your SWOT analysis. What is a SWOT analysis? SWOT, SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. What strengths are you going to bring to the business? What's going to be your weaknesses? Where do you see opportunities? Where do you see threats? I disagree with that, Romero. I 100% disagree with that. I disagree with that. Absolutely disagree. You know why? Because so many people build their credit up. They follow these financial gurus online. They get these credit up. They go get these credit cards. And guess what? They come into my DM and ask me why they need a business plan. So guess what? They build their credit up. They got the credit. They go use their credit cards to help leverage their business and get their business going. And then they fuck it up because they don't know what they're doing once they got the credit for the business anyway. And then they end up fucking up the credit. They personally guaranteed it, so they PG'd it. So now it falls on they personal credit, and they still listen. We have so many case studies of people from the pandemic that went this route, following your favorite financial gurus. Everything I built it with cash. Majority of my fleet, I purchased cash. I only financed through trucks. I purchased everything cash, and I think that was one of the main reasons why I was successful. I didn't over leverage myself. I didn't put myself in too much debt. I grew as the business grew. And I used my capital, the business's capital, the cash flow that was coming into the business to continue to build a business. On top of that, I worked my ass off. So I was able to recoup that money very, very quickly. Once I went in my pocket that first time, I never went back in it again. That credit shit, that sounds good and all that, but that's a market employee for the banks. Why would I want to borrow money if I got it in my pocket? Why would I want to pay interest on if I can go get a truck for 8,000? My first truck was 7,900. Why would I leverage? Why would I go borrow money and pay interest for $8,000 when I got multiple times that in my pocket? My credit utilization is low. Because I look at the way I carry it's like, listen, if I can't afford to buy it, I don't need it. If I can't pay for it, then I don't need it. This is why last night on the live stream, I said I'm finna invest in Afterpay. You know why? Because Afterpay is winning right now. It's so many people doing everything that's not best for them because they can't listen. There's so many people out here doing listen, they can't afford shit. So now they're doing the Afterpay thing because they really can't afford it, but they get to afford it in 4 payments. So everybody's going that route. Everybody say that's why you can't be fooled by these people taking all these trips and this stuff because they paying for it in fours. They're paying for all this shit in fours. They're doing buy now, pay later. And we're starting to see a trend of that. You got people doing shit that they don't have no business doing, but because they can split it into 4 payments, it affords them to be able to do it. But really, they shouldn't be doing it. Cash is king. I'm not listening. That is one of the other major reasons you see a lot of people. I've had so many people come up here with these credit leverage guru strategies, and none of them make it. None of them make it. You know why? Because they still don't have the skills for them succeed their businesses to succeed in the first place. The knowledge. I don't care about that credit. You can have cash, you can have credit. But if you don't have the knowledge to succeed, you still gonna lose. Me personally, I'd rather lose with my own money. I'd rather lose with my own money. I'd rather put up my own money. One, I'd rather put up my own money because I earned it. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure I don't lose it. Two, if I lose my money, I just lose my money. I don't lose somebody else's money. Now I'm on the hook for somebody else's money. If I lose my money, only thing I need to do is get on the ground and build it back up. Listen, ever since I've been doing this, I've been really like for the past 2 weeks, I've been going crazy on accountability to the point where I am garnering a new audience of people that just despise me, and I absolutely love it. I love it. See, they think I get upset. I actually do. Listen, I love it. I love it because if you're despising a person who's telling you what's in the best interest of you, then that lets me know you're a part of the have-nots. But I appreciate you. You know why I appreciate you? Because everything you just did for me, I can afford to do it. I can afford to pay you to do the things that I don't want to do for myself. Like you just went and picked up my groceries. I appreciate you. It lets me know it's more people out there that aren't educating themselves. So I can continue to spend the time doing things that are going to make me more money instead of going to the grocery store, walking around looking for spinach, looking for unsweetened almond creamer and shit like that. I'll just pay $9.99 and I make sure I don't get no like no fruits or vegetables. I like to go pick that shit myself. But if it's shit like this, that it's just you can't mess it up, then I'll have you go do it for me, and I can sit here and I can look at computer screens and look at my money come in. That shit don't affect me in a negative way. Have at it. You write down everything you try to do. I did it for a long time. I just sold an asset today and moved that money into another asset. I'm just moving money. But you asked me why you need a business plan. The asset that I sold today, I did extensive research to make sure that I was exiting out of it at the right time, making sure that I wasn't going to, make a mistake, and then where I moved it to, making sure that that was the right move. You think I just did it because I just wanted to do it? No, extensive research went into that. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's upsetting. So it's upsetting to the individuals. It ain't upsetting to me. Why do you think? Listen, when I see certain trends, I just expound on the trend. If I see I'm pissing a lot of people off because I'm telling them the truth, which I've been telling them the truth, I just found a different way to do it. I said, skip it. We just gonna get a little bit more harsh. Mm, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Mm. If you don't like the fact that I'm telling you, you need a business plan, you need to determine, you need to come up with your SWOT analysis. I'm telling you, you need to know your operational cost. I'm telling you why you need to have this stuff, and you can't figure out why that shit is important. There's nothing else for me to really talk about. I'm not going to have a conversation with an individual who wants me to explain to them why they need a business plan. You know why? Because that means I have to dumb myself down. I'm not going to do that. Asking elementary questions in some aspect, I get it. Not everybody that's coming in, they need help. I'm helping you. I'm doing it for free. Right? But certain things what's known don't need to be explained. What do you mean? Why do you need a business plan? Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? Am I being trolled or what's going on here? And then you say, oh well, we don't have no mentors in the black community and this, that. You a goddamn lie. What do you think I've been doing? We don't have nobody in our community. No, you don't have nobody and you got people in the community that's coddling you. You got people in the community that's coddling you. You got people in the community that's taking advantage of you. But when somebody comes and gives you the information that you need and holds you accountable, doesn't coddle you, instead of you champion that individual, you get upset. But what you don't realize is when you get upset, it's bringing more visibility to the platform for the people who are going to accept it. You're doing the people who want the information a favor by you coming here being upset. Is one, it's an extra person in here, right? Which lets YouTube know there's people in there. Two, by you engaging, whether you engage positive or negative, is also letting YouTube know that the engagement is high, and then they send it out to more people. You're ignorant. You're so ignorant that you don't realize you coming to harm somebody. You really helping me, and you're not really helping me. You're just helping the algorithm get the information out for more people, so that when it gets out to those more people, there's going to be people that do accept this information that get it. So why do you think I do it? You see, when I see a trend, I expound on it. I don't care. If you don't have a plan when you start a business, that means the business has no direction from its inception. If you don't have a plan prior to starting a business, that means the business has no direction before its inception. Before it's even started, you have no direction. Business plan, no direction. So you basically gonna start the business with no direction. And this is another reason why you struggle. This is why you fail. This is why you don't know your operational costs. This is why you don't know your cost per mile. This is why you don't know up, you don't know down, you don't know left, you don't know right, you don't know anything because you never created a plan. If you walk away from your job to start a business, everything that's required for that business to be successful, you're responsible for it. I say it all the time, but it's a lot of new people. Listen, when you work for that job and you punch the clock, whatever the scope of your job title was, that was all you were responsible for today. If they had you working, if you was working in a factory and you was working the line, and the only thing you had to do was pick stuff off the line and put it in a bin, then that's it. The HR, you weren't responsible for it. The marketing, you weren't responsible for it. The R&D, you weren't responsible for it. The maintenance of the factories and the warehouses, you weren't responsible for it. The financials, you weren't responsible for it. None of the things that drive that particular business to work in totality, you weren't responsible for none of those things except for whatever they hired you for, whatever the scope of your job that they hired you for. That's the only thing that you're responsible for. They train you on how to pick shit off the line, and that's what you do for 8 hours, 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, unless they say you can come in and get overtime. But guess what? When you start a business, everything that I mentioned plus then some, you're absolutely 100% responsible for it. That company that you worked for prior to them starting, they had a plan. As Wolf said, dude is just throwing hate. I'm throwing hate? Who I'm throwing hate at? Answer the question. Willie Williams said, I understand why we get upset with the people who's trying to help us. Answer the question. Who? Like 4x4, some of y'all is just Mini Cooper supposed to show up. I don't know what you're talking about, but who's throwing hate? Who's throwing hate? Who did I hate on? Mm. Listen, tell me. Headed to Ohio. You know, when we do morning live streams, we get all the foreigners. Oh, hold on. We get all the foreigners who put up goofy shit. We don't get them at night. How can I hate on somebody that is coming to me for information? That don't make sense, do it? Mm. Business is not a it's not like a passive type of thing. It's more aggressive, right? It's dog eat dog, right? If you don't like the content as far as the way it's being delivered, because throughout my tenure in business, I've dealt with wolves, I've dealt with animals, I've dealt with people that are smiling in your face the whole time they plotting and planning behind your back. I've had employees that have, worked and tried to plot with the 3PL supervisors to get rid of Mark. I know he's charging you guys a lot, but I'll do it for less. Just give me a minute. I'm learning as much as I can. Then I'm gonna go get my trucks, and then they actually went and did it. Then I had to threaten to sue them because they solicited my 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 drivers, and I had a no compete. Listen, a non compete clause. Listen, there's no such thing as nice in business. People will be nice in your face, and the whole time behind your back, they being a wolf. I'm talking to the people that's built for this. Listen, if you're not built for this, then I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to the people who ain't built for this. These are the people that don't know their operation costs. These are the people that don't understand why they need a business plan. This is the people that, like, I was talking to one lady when I was doing a live stream about a year ago, and I'm like, yo, if you see me show up, you see my company show up, I'm trying to take food off your table. She didn't get what I was saying. Business is competitive. We all going for the same uh, 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 um, opportunities. If you in the middle mile, it's a load posted. You're not the only person that's looking and bidding on that load. If it's a route and you run 3PL and it's a beautiful, sweet route, it's very dense, low miles, which means you're going to save gas, and it's a high paying route because that route has a multitude of stops. You think everybody ain't going to want to run that route? Of course they are. So when I said that, listen, you got that route, I'm doing everything in my power to take it from you. Oh, well, man, I got a son. So you mean to tell me you would take food off my son? You absolutely right. She took it personal. She missed the whole point of business. Business is dog eat dog. McDonald's is competing with Burger King every day. This is why Burger King opens up right across the street from McDonald's. This is America. This is free enterprise. If you don't understand the concept of it, then you're absolutely going to have a hard time trying to make it in business. I don't present my content for the weak at heart when it comes to business. Business is cutthroat. So she got upset and I'm unsubscribing. Be my guest. That was like 20,000 subscribers ago. Last year. I think I was at like 10,000 subscribers, right? Well, my son is coming in, so you mean to tell me if he was in there, you would do that to him? Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, if he's my competitor and I'm trying to continue to win and I'm trying to continue to grow, I didn't grow up with your son. That ain't my homie. If he was my homie, we'd be working together. We'd be building each other up. If it's something there and he has it and he's not performing it and I have the leverage, I'm going to lean on him. You know why? Because if there's someone that has leverage over me and I'm not performing, they're going to lean on me. If I come into a 3PL and I'm on the new and I understand that being on the new, I'm going to get the worst routes. I'm going to get the routes that aren't the most cost efficient. They're going to send me way out into the boondocks. It's my job to come in now and outperform everybody else. I'm trying to take food out your table by outperforming you, which means my trucks are going to be here every single day on time. My drivers are going to show up neat, clean, and presentable. They're going to outperform you or your drivers. They are going to return to the warehouse, or they're going to be done with their route in a time efficient manner because I'm investing into the technology, right, to make sure that the trucks don't get lost. They don't have to spend too much time routing themselves because I have an office, I have an operations staff, I have an operations supervisor that is optimizing the routes for them and then pinging it back to the truck. So the only thing they have to do is go to the Garmin and hit go. I'm doing everything in my power to outperform you. This is how I'm taking food and ultimately going to take your route from you. You can't get mad at an individual because he goes and he does what he's supposed to do. And then he takes the money that he's receiving and he reinvests it back into his company to further help him outperform you. You decided to take your money and go out and do what wasn't in the best interest for you or your business. I delayed my gratification. I reinvested my income back into the business so that I can continue to create more leverage for myself, that I could continue to take opportunities away by outperforming the competition. And I did it successfully for many, many years. You think I care that I'm taking food off your table? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because that's business. Amazon has shattered a lot of people's dreams. Walmart, they've shattered a lot of people's dreams. It's free enterprise, it's America, it's business. It's not personal. It's your job to make sure you know what it costs. It's your job to make sure that you can continue to keep your costs affordable regardless of what the economical climate is. Listen, inflation is up, but guess what? It's a problem, but as a business owner, this is something that you have to understand is beyond your control, and you have to figure out a way to still keep your costs down as much as possible in comparison to your competitors. You see some companies now that are bearing the brunt of it and they falling by the wayside. You got other companies that's adapting. So you get mad at me for presenting content that may seem, it's not harsh. This is business. Business is straightforward and stern. There's no in business. The people that did that, the ones that was all soft and gentle, those are the ones that sold you the dream during the pandemic. I don't have to sell you no dream. I don't need your money. I get my satisfaction when people say, man, Mark, I listened to you, man. It worked. I'm glad, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. God continues to bless me. I don't share a lot of the blessings because it's not my business to share. I don't even know when I get certain blessings, where those blessings came from or why God is blessing me, right? But I do feel it's my philanthropic duty to give back to individuals in a space that has made me the person that I am today. A lot. In most cases, people don't reach back. This is me reaching back and helping people come up because I see that the information is out there. And one of the main reasons that the information is out there is not because there's a lot of fake gurus. It's just not a lot of experienced people in this very small niche. This is a very small niche, and it just got popular during the pandemic. I've been doing this since 2010. I was doing this before the big 3PLs became interested in final mile. They weren't interested in final mile. They were doing middle mile and long haul. They weren't interested in final mile. Once the internet really started to, and people really started to get lazy and shop for more things and internet sales started to grow, that's when the big box, I mean not the big box, the mega carriers started to gain interest in in final mile. And if you go do your research, I was in the industry already. You saw companies like XPO start going on a buying spree. When I got into the industry back then, all the 3PLs were privately owned. You had your Excels, you had your MXDs, you had your Urban Expresses. All these were private entities because the mega carriers had no interest in final mile delivery. Why? One, it was too claim heavy. A lot of claims. If the if the volume of work is not, if the risk is not worth the reward, why get involved in it? And at that point, prior to that point, the risk, which was the high claims, wasn't worth the reward. The reward would be the volume of work opportunity, right? As more people start to purchase things from home, from the internet, I mean, then that reward started to raise up. And then it started to look more appealing. And then you saw these big mega carriers start going on a buying spree, buying up all these private companies. I was in the industry already. There was a bunch of companies, different companies that I was working for that got acquired. I was working for companies, and at that time period, they were getting acquired. I remember following one account to 3 different companies. Every company I went with, they got acquired. XPO was the big buyer of. They bought so many. They just bought a company a week or two ago. It wasn't a 3PL. They bought Coyote Logistics. They just bought Coyote a few weeks ago. JB Hunt recently opened up a final mile division a few years ago. Schneider opened up a final mile division, and then they closed it in 2019. They said, you know what? Forget this. This shit is claim laden. This is claim driven. Schneider, they called it quits. They said they tried it for a few years, and they said, you know what? We're gonna stick to what we know best. Getting these contracts wasn't the issue. Right? They already have relationships with all the companies and the manufacturers anyway. Ain't nothing soft about business. Listen, the way I present my content is straightforward and it's stern, and it's for people that get it. The people that get it know that I'm not talking at them, I'm talking with them. And the ones that get it, they respect it. The ones that don't get it, they mad. They sitting right now watching, hitting the thumbs down, and they box truck frustrated. You're frustrated. Instead of you accepting the information, which you probably is, you just don't like the way I'm giving it to you. You don't like the fact that, damn, this nigga at the crib all the time. Y'all already done told me I was at the crib. I want you to be at the crib in about 10, 15 years. If you still on the box truck in 10, 15 years, then something is wrong. So I don't want you in your mama's basement in 10 to 15 years. You think I want you in your mama's basement? See, they don't like when I talk like that, but it's the truth because somebody is in their mama's basement. And there's nothing wrong with you being in your mama's basement if you got a plan to come out of it. But you can't get mad at another person because he's kicking information to you that you really need. But I'm kind of kicking you in your ass too. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to get your ass up, get out, go get you some, and you need to change your mindset and stop watching, listening, paying attention to all that dumb shit. I dropped the link. You can always come up. I'm in the world. I see people every week. Mark, what up, big dog? Bro, big dog. Man, you a real one. Like these people come up here. Man, I seen Mark. Mark was in a hole in the wall bar. Like y'all think I'm in the suburbs? I'm in the trenches for real. I ain't hiding. I'm coming up here talking shit and I'm in the world. I'm running into people in hole in the wall bars. I'm running into people at the airport. I'm running into people at the grocery store. I'm running into people at 5-star restaurants. They come in, man, I ran to Martin at 5-star. I ran into Martin. Listen, I'm in the world. I'm in Chicago. I'm in a big market. I'm not in middle America. I'm in a big ass market. I can't hide. I'm out here. when I run into people from here, obviously they know because this is how we are anyway, and they be like, man, salute. I learned a lot from you, man. You helped save my business. I don't say nothing in the chat, but I watch you all the time, man. You helped save my business, man. When I found your channel, man, I just started listening to you, man. You turned my business around. Or I started watching your channel. I started implementing the stuff that you was talking about. Man, you helped me, bro. Bro, I was going in a totally different direction. My mindset was in a totally different direction until I found your channel. I just listened to you, and then blah blah blah. I just took off, bro. Big dog. What 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 satisfaction do you think I'm gonna get by telling you shit that's not in the best interest for you? I'm giving you all the game. Listen, you can give people all the game and they still not gonna do what's in the best interest. That's why I say if you want to hide something from people, put it in a book. It's like when the information is the book. Like me giving you information, that's like a book. Your ass just don't want to pick it up and read it. I got a new drop too. I'm gonna unveil it in one of these live streams. It's gonna piss some people off. It's gonna piss some people off. Wait till you see this new drop. I'm gonna give you a clue. It's from the Boondocks. I had my man already chop it up for me. It's from the Boondocks. I can't wait to do it. Like, say something. I swear, do something that's not in your best interest on one of my live streams. I bet you I hit that button on you. You ain't gonna like it. How you expect to succeed if you ain't got the information? Getting back to the business plan. No plan, no business. Start your business without a plan, and watch how far that business go. What happened to yesterday? I took it down because at the end I started streaming the debate. The debate was on. I started streaming it on CNN, and you already know how that go. About 30 minutes after I went off live, I got that email, so I took it down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off the first part and then have to re-upload it as a video, or I'll just do a video and then I'll just post it. All right. I had to watch the debate, man. I didn't. I was already live, and I just looked over to the other screen, and I seen it, and I just started streaming it. Whatever, man. I should have ended the live and came in another room and watched it, but I didn't. But your content is one of the reasons I type in YouTube. I've been learning a lot from you. Appreciate it, Richard, Rico. Do you think JB Hunt Final Mile is a good contract? I think JB Hunt Final Mile is a good company. I think JB Hunt is a good company as far as the contract they have with Lowe's and some of the other contract. I think it can be. You get you get what you negotiate. I think JB Hunt is a company that is a strong company. They're a strong company. I have one of my best friend in the whole world works for JB Hunt as a local CDL driver. He makes a shit ton of money. You get what you negotiate. It's all about leverage. Even on the company side, you get what you negotiate, and how you run your loads is going to determine what your paycheck going to look like. It's people that work for JB Hunt that do the same shit he do that don't make half of what he make in a week. So, if you go with JB Hunt and let's say you working for Lowe's, you get what you negotiate. You get what you negotiate, and a big part of what you take home and what you keep is all based around your operation, how you run your business, your operational expenses, and understanding the business. I'm a first time viewer. I'm a few hours south of Chicago. How should I start with a box truck and two drivers with a Class C license pursuing a moving company? I would start with 2 hours from Chicago. So I don't know if you 2 hours south of Chicago, where you like in Champaign or something like that. What you mean, like Champaign? First, you need to do a business plan, see what the market is like down there, see what the volume of moves are down in that area. All right, but me personally, see, once you see what the market looks like, then that should determine what size truck you would get. I would always recommend a person start with a 16 footer for moving, so that way they can focus on smaller jobs, one bedroom studios, up to 2 bedrooms, depending on the size of the 2 bedroom. If you really know how to pack, you can get a 2 bedroom in a 16-foot truck. And this gives you, by starting out small, it trains you for all the just the obstacles that you're gonna be faced with, techniques of carrying furniture, how to L a couch up a flight of stairs, things of that nature, how to get accustomed to using the equipment, how when to use what equipment for what type of job. Do I use a hand truck for this, or do I use a four-wheel dolly? Do I use piano straps? Do I use hump straps? Do I use shoulder straps? Do I use forearm straps? Starting out small is better, and it because here's the thing: if you get a 26-foot box truck, you're going to end up taking 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, and what you got to understand is when you get up to them bigger moves, you're dealing with a different type of client. You're dealing with a more established client, which has more expensive furniture, which means your claims are going to be a lot more expensive. These things are going to be a lot heavier, and if you don't have the skills and the techniques and the equipment and to know how to use this equipment, getting up to these bigger, more advanced moves, you're gonna find yourself in some deep trouble. So I would start with a 16-foot box truck, um, and I would start under the table first. I would utilize websites and apps like Thumbtack to get clientele. Craigslist too. Just be careful on Craigslist because it's sketchy. And I would take very, very small moves, and I would uh, uh, get accustomed to, just the whole operation of the moving business, how to prevent claims, how to carry things, how to use equipment, so on and so forth. I got videos on how to start a moving company with nothing. Actually, I might be doing a live stream in about an hour. So come back. I might be doing a live stream in about an hour for people who are starting from real humble beginnings. I'm going to give you a way to get into the moving business with very, very minimal money to get your money up. I think right now is a good time. So I'm feeling good, man. I may go shoot that. I'm gonna do it live. I'm gonna do it live. So if you see me go live in about another hour and a half, you know why. I'm gonna show you how to get money with a pickup truck. If I do it, I'm gonna do it in about an hour or two. It's raining. It's raining. But I might go out there and show you. Man, I got a 70 ball in the bank and was about to jump into the boxer again after watching your channel. I changed my mind. LOL. Why'd you change your mind? I think it's opportunity. You watch my channel, but you probably see all the people coming up struggling. That don't mean you gonna struggle. Struggle and success is all based on the mentality of the individual. If you want to succeed mentally, listen, everything starts with your mind. I was just having this conversation the other day with somebody else. Listen, if you want to succeed, your mind ain't gonna let you fail. Your mind is gonna do everything to make you succeed. It's gonna force you to do everything that's in the best interest of you. I recently, a few months ago, did a 3-day water fast. As much as I wanted to quit, I didn't because I have a strong mind, and my mind kept telling me no, I couldn't quit because I set out to do something, so I had to finish it. The beginning of the year, I said I'm stopped eating meat. January 1st, I ain't eating no meat. And here we are, we'll be July in a few days, July 1st, so 7 months in, I ain't relapsed. When I go out to dinner, I go out to dinner with my mom, my brother, my girl. They order fish and chicken and all this shit. The smell doesn't bother me. We went to, shout out to everybody in Chicago. I went to River Roast on Sunday. It was my first time going to River Roast on the river. Right there on LaSalle and Wacker. Went down to River Road. She got the half a chicken. That motherfucker was juicy and succulent. That didn't bother me. You know why? Because mentally, I'm strong. Whatever I want to do or don't want to do, my mind is either going to help me do it or prevent me from doing it. If you got a weak mind, then you're going to fail. This is why I always talk about mindset, strengthening your mind. A lot of y'all ain't 80 something. Y'all ain't Joe Biden's age. When you get to Joe Biden's age, then I can understand why you got a weak mind. Then you go to presidential debates and you ain't able to articulate yourself. And I don't even understand why a person would vote for him for the president. But I can accept that from an 80 something year old man. I can't accept that from a 20 something year old, 30 something year old, 40 something year old, 50 something year old that's looking to get in the truck, in the box truck industry, the cargo van industry, whatever. And you mentally not there. You still at an age where if you don't have the information up here, you can sharpen up here. You can exercise up here by consuming information that's best for you, reading books, just consuming knowledge. This is how you sharpen your mind. So when I say shit like, man, I'm coming in to destroy you, listen, I don't do nothing to lose. You better 100%. Everything is competitive. Even this YouTube shit is competitive. When I first started, you see how many people were shooting for me? Shooting at me. Wow, I was a threat. I was fucking up a lot of people money back then. They was trying to get it. Here I come just giving information. I'm fucking people money up. And when I realized what I was doing, I just did it more. See, that's the thing. This is business. I don't want to be your mother. I don't want to be your friend. I'm not here to coming in these logistics companies. I don't want to be your friend. I'm coming in here to destroy you. You have something and I need it. I got 30, 35 people that's behind me. My employees. Listen, it's my responsibility to make sure that they have food on their table. It's my responsibility to make sure that they can pay their rent. It's my responsibility to make sure that they can pay their car note. It's my responsibility that they can pay child care, right? Because I need them to come to work. If I don't continue to find money for them and find even more money for them, understanding as a business owner that the cost of living is going up and that I can't continue to pay them the same rate that I was paying them when they started, especially if they're a good person, I'm going to have to give them a raise. The cost of living is going. They said, man, child care is what, $11,000 per child a year? I need them to come to work. I need them to be able to afford child care so that they can have their buddy at work on this truck. So how am I going to complete this task? I'm coming for war. I'm not coming to be your friend. I'm coming to destroy you. Why you thought when I came into this 3PL and I was smiling that first day when you see me walking, me and the operations supervisor and this, that, and that, you saw me smile. Oh, he a nice guy. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna shake your hand. I'm gonna smile at you, but I'm trying to destroy you. Little do you know. Miss Monday. You miss Monday. You miss Tuesday. We cover for you that Monday. Now I'm having a conversation with the operations supervisor. Listen, you see the pattern? I'm telling on you. Listen, we keep covering this route. Every Monday, it's a pattern. We steady covering this route. You call me every Monday. Mark, y'all got another truck? I send you another truck. Every Monday. You ain't noticed the pattern? No, I ain't really noticed it, Mark. All right, well, pay attention. Next Monday, you going to call me to cover that route. Next Monday come. Yeah, Mark, I see. I went back and looked. Yeah, but can you cover it for a second? I got you today. Now I'm leaning on you. I need this. Well, Mark, why would you do that? You know he got a family. Yeah, he missing every Monday, but that's probably because he watch Sunday night football. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I'm covering around every Monday, so there's a weakness. That's a weakness right there. That's a great route. That's a great route. I'm covering it anyway. You think it's sweet, didn't you? You know why? Because no one had the courage or no one had the brain to speak up, or they didn't have the leverage. See, me, I got the leverage, I got the brain, I got the smarts. I don't care personally about you. I think you're a great person when I have conversations with you or with my workers, they say you're a good person. But at the end of the day, this is business and I need it. You gave us the opportunity when I send my guy there every Monday to cover that route because you don't want to show up and do what's best for you. And they said, man, this is a great route, man. It's very dense. The piece count is high. But it's in a small route, man. If the route is small, man, I didn't even burn a quarter tank of gas on this route. So now that light bulb is popping off in my because I'm a business owner. I'm a smart. Listen, I that for real. Oh man, that's a lucrative route. I need that. You slipped up and gave me the opportunity to come get that from up under you. You can't blame that on me. You gotta put that blame on yourself. You let me slide in and take that. You left your route exposed. You left it on the dock every Monday. You left your food exposed. So if I see the food right there, what I'm supposed to do? Just look at it? Everybody else been looking at it. Nah, not me. Now I need to get that. I need that. So then when you find out that Mark, yeah, they took your route, so we gonna put you on this route. Man, this route is 40 miles outside the city. Hey man, go talk to the big boss. Man, I don't want people think friends. Like ain't no friends. Come on, man, stop playing. Listen, create you a business plan so you have a plan, so you know which direction your business is going in. Stop thinking everybody is in your best interest. Focus on yourself. Get your mental together. Strengthen your mind. Educate yourself on all aspects of business, not just the box truck business. Not just the box truck business. Focus your mind on business. Consume information. Good information. Educational information that's going to make you a stronger businessman so that you don't send me DMs asking me why do you need a business plan. Then I got to sit up here and make you upset at me because I have to make you upset at me by exploiting the fact that shit you shouldn't even be asking an individual that type of question. Business plan. Your content one of the reasons I tap on YouTube. I've been learning a lot from you. Appreciate it. Keep cooking. Always appreciate it. Salute King Aaron Bars. Appreciate it. Delivery tries to plan routes, but traffic, construction, accidents throws your schedule off daily. Listen, welcome to the logistics industry. Shit happens. And you just proved another point of mine. Shit happens every day, but if you know your market and you understand this, you leverage yourself that you can get the best dense routes. And you get a good dense route, and this may not work for everybody. It all depends on your market. You don't have to worry about shit like that. If you live in a small market, you may have to. If you live in a big market, you got plenty of opportunities because there's a multitude of stops because of the volume of people, which means volume of sales, volume of stops, and you can get you a dense route, inner city where you don't have to really worry about shit because all your stops is up the street and around the corner. This is why you leverage yourself so that you put yourself in the best situation for your business so you don't have to deal with stuff like that. That was one of the main things that I focused on when we were doing office supply deliveries because there was a high volume of stops. And when we first got in there, they was treating me like a Vic. It was treating me like a Vic. Man, my trucks out in Grays Lake, Zion, Gurnee, and if you know Chicago, my warehouse on the south side. We gotta go to my trucks gotta go to Wooddale. This is when this is when Dynamics was in Wooddale before they moved to Addison, which is ain't too far out there on Thorndale Road, right? They had to go to Wooddale from the south side to get the shit, then go from Wooddale way up to Gurnee, Zion, Antioch, Grays Lake, And then once they finish way up there, they gotta drive from way up there back to the yard on the south side of Chicago. That shit was hell. I had to hear them complaining. Man, this is too far, Mark. I need more money. So you know what Mark had to do? Mark had to see what was out there, and Mark had to start leaning on people. You know what? Because this is right. We spending $100 a truck on gas. These dudes are sitting in traffic for 2 hours to get back to the yard. It's taking them an hour to get from Wooddale way up to the damn state line, damn near about Wisconsin. No, skip that. It's plenty of routes in the city. Y'all got the Chicago Public Schools contract. Y'all got the county contract, the state contract. I need my trucks downtown and in the city. I need my trucks on the west side. I need my trucks on the north side. I need my trucks on the south side. We want all the local shit. So that way when my trucks are done, they 10, 15 minutes from the yard. And that's what I focused on doing. So I started knocking them contractors off one by one. They had all them city routes. One by one, I started knocking they noodles back. So I didn't have to worry about this shit that you talking about. Muhammad said I started box shop business 6 months ago and I'm done now. It's so hard. Okay. Mark, you were one of the best. I'm from Florida. I came across your page 2 weeks ago. You saved me $17,000 from a mentorship program. Thank you. Please don't ever stop pushing this type of content. Boy Fresh, appreciate you. And see, this is the shit that I'm talking about. This is why I do it. It's people. And notice that the people that don't get mad is cut. You could just tell by his name how he cut. It's them people that's from like middle America, from these soft ass places that get upset. You soft as hell. You soft. And you're not gonna make it. It's always the people you can tell who the real killers is out here. The killers, they don't get mad. It's always the soft people. That's why you're not gonna, if you, this is business. This business ain't soft. It's cutthroat. I'm telling you this. I'm the guy in the box truck space, and I'm not saying this shit to toot my own. I'm being honest. Y'all watch the content. Y'all know who got the experience. It's only two people that's got over a decade of experience in this space. I'm telling you, business is cutthroat. I'm telling you, it's gonna be people shooting at your neck. I'm telling you, ain't no friends. I'm telling you, you have to be competitive. I'm telling you, you have to be cutthroat. I'm telling you, you got to be a killer. This ain't what you think you said, a flower shop. This is trucking. Trucking is one of the most cutthroat industries that it is. Like, what would you thought it wasn't? You could be bidding for a load, a broker load, and guess what? One of his favorite carriers is gonna call in. He probably then gave it to you and then came and took it back off of you so he can give it to one of his longtime carrier buddies that's sending pizza and sodas up there once a month. You could literally have a load in there. Call, come on, man, stop playing, man. This shit is cutthroat out here. Don't get mad at me. Like that lady I told her, you absolutely right. You absolutely right. Let your son be in here and I'm in here. And my truck's in here and he's doing everything that's not in the best interest for him. And I see an opportunity. I don't care. Oh, well, man, Mark, you older than you have more experience. You gonna do that? Absolutely. Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? You got your company got a name. Your name of your company is ABC Trucking. The next person is one, two. Why do you think you got a? Everybody got a different name. It's to brand you, to individualize you from everyone else. And everyone else is your competitor. It's like the same when you go got a jersey and you got a number, that person got a number, or this team is red, that team is blue. Y'all competing. Your company name is competing. ABC 123 Trucking is competing with 123 ABC trucking. Like, so yeah, absolutely. I'm coming in and I'm taking 100%. You better believe it. Shout out to Kenneth Cole. I mean, the ones that know you need a plan before you even buy the truck. It's like we need a plan just to get through the day. If you don't have a plan, don't get up out of bed. I agree with that as well. People want stuff to come to them, but ones that know this get up and go, get it no matter what, because you need to get the light, keep the lights on. I 100% agree. I 100% agree, and this is why I don't have no sympathy and why I don't, run and when. This is why I continue to push this shit the way I push it because one, I don't care how you feel. You're not gonna do nothing about it. You dig what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do nothing about it. And the ones that do understand, they understand. This is why they come here. We changing lives. We helping people save money. We helping people change lives. We helping people become better business owners. We're enlightening people. We changing people's mind frames from doing the things that's not in the best interest for them for doing the things that is in the best interest for them. We giving people all the tools that they need to win. A lot of people didn't even know that this business is competitive. There's people that come to me and they're like, man, Martin, until you start talking about competition, it makes sense, but I never looked at this business as competitive. I thought it was just as simple as going on a low board and booking it low. I didn't know I was competing against other people for the low. I didn't know that my operation costs I need to keep it low because that's gonna put me in a better position to book loads. I get what you're saying about the cheap freight and how you be making fun of people that say cheap freight. I get it. It makes sense to me, but I must admit, I didn't look at it like that, but it does make sense. If I lower my costs, I can compete on a higher level so I don't have to be out here stuck complaining on Facebook groups like these retards that freight is cheap. I get what you're saying, Mark. You made me. I didn't understand it first, but then when you start talking about the deregulation of trucking and the spot market and the purpose, the reason why they did it was to bring in competition and how more competition lowers rates and it keeps rate low because it ultimately those savings get passed along to the consumer. That all makes sense to me. It may not make sense to a lot of other people, but it makes sense to me, and that changed my mind frame. That you know what, I gotta make some adjustments. I got to lower my cost so that I can compete. So I don't be on one of these Facebook groups and I don't be in these goddamn comment sections and chat making myself look crazy so that you can use me as a case study. That's just it's the dumbest shit in the world. They keep taking cheap freight. You motherfucking right. It's cheap to you. I'm gonna give you one more example. Walmart. Go in the beauty supply section at Walmart. Look at the beauty supply products in Walmart. Then go to your neighborhood mom and pop beauty supply store. Compare the prices. You know what? Walmart's prices is gonna always be cheaper. You think the mom and pop beauty supply places complaining at Walmart? They probably complaining, but what can they do? You know why their prices are higher and Walmart's are lower? One, they can't compete. Why? Because Walmart buys products wholesale in volume. The more they buy, the lower the cost. Go on Alibaba. Try to purchase something on Alibaba, a lot of it, versus a few pieces. You'll see the price that they give you per unit if you buy 1,000 pieces. If you buy 5,000 pieces, it's less. If you buy 10,000 pieces, it's less. If you buy 100,000 pieces, it's less. The mom and pop beauty supply store will never be able to compete for as far as their prices, the prices that they charge the consumer against Walmart. The only way that they're going to be able to lower the cost of the product that they put on the shelf is by lowering the wholesale price that they purchase it for, which means they have to purchase volume. Business is business. The numbers are the numbers. You have to find a way to make it profitable for your business. A person that's running a mom and pop beauty supply store that know they can't compete with the prices at Walmart, you know what? They don't go put their fucking business next to a Walmart. They go find a storefront where there's no beauty supply within an X amount of miles, and there's no Walmart with an X amount of miles, so that higher price point, they're going to have consumers that come into that area and they're going to spend that higher price point because there's no Walmart within 20, 30 miles, and there's no other beauty supply, so people are forced. That's a smart business decision. They had to plan that. They just didn't go open up. They had to go survey. The first thing they're looking for, where's the nearest Walmart? All right, ain't no Walmart for 30 miles. Cool. Whew. All right, is there any other beauty supplies in the area? Because this is the cheapest we can get our products for. We only have one store, so we can only supply one. We can only buy enough products for one store. All right, cool. The nearest beauty supply is 10 miles away. All right, so this is the only beauty supply. We got 10 miles, the nearest Walmart. All right, we cool. Yeah, I don't want my people in there complaining, looking like retards, talking about cheap freight, and you pushing a brand new 2022. You went out and bought you a 2022, 2023 Hino in 2022. Man, I bought me a new 2022. I bought me a 2022, man. Only had 50,000 miles on it. They charge you 80,000 for that thing. 85, 90,000. You got an equipment lease through Top Mark. They put another 40 on it. And you wondering why the freight is so cheap. Your operational costs are high. You paying a high note. You paying high insurance because you got a newer truck. So the parts are more expensive to replace. You did everything that if you would have came to me, I would have told you not to do. And then I would have gave you a plan and a solid reason why you shouldn't have did it. So, all right, looks like it stopped raining. So I'm finna cook me some breakfast and I'm gonna go live in about a couple hours. I'm gonna show individuals that do not have much funding how they can get out and get started utilizing what they have. It may require a small investment, but this small investment will be under $500, and it's going to require some work. It's going to require a little maneuvering, but I'm going to show you what you can do. Because I don't like excuses, man. I don't like excuses. I don't like, Mark, I want to get a box truck business, but I don't have the money. How can I do it? I'm going to show you how you can get into business utilizing what you have for a minimal investment, right? Something that you can hustle up by going and doing DoorDash or Uber Eats or doing Amazon Flex for about a week. You should be able to come up with the money so that you can up your game utilizing what you have. Depending on what you have, we're going to get into that when we get to the place, and we're going to go from there. So let me cook my little omelet so I can get on the road, and I'll be back in about an hour. Appreciate you, everybody that came in. I know cash flow is significant to run a business, so what would be a good factoring to use? I think somebody just answered that question for you earlier, RTS. I can't, listen, I've never factored a day in my life. So I can't, recommend anybody to factor. Factoring is just not a thing in my industry. Um, BBTB say he started 3 months ago and still pushing. Chris Reamer says, no cap, bro. These other content creators don't even make sense anymore since I started watching you, bro. Straight fire. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody that rocks with the channel. Um, appreciate the people that don't. Appreciate everybody that is out here that's doing what's in the best interest for them. And I'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.